ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile. Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
Yeah, I gave me put in my pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, money.
Called out here for a pill. When he tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find a thing to save my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me, no, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go, money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
What up? What up? It is Alex, the Fantasy Football Hustler, back at you. We got another episode of Elevated Sports Talk. What is up, crew? King DLBC in the house. What up? What up? That had to be one of the Hustler leagues, because I know in the 420 crew dynasties, he got me like 65 as well. So, man, I hate these fucking Mylar bags, dude, so much. Like, why does everybody just not use the twist-on jars? Sam, I like Kirk as well as Tutu. Got to get in the end zone, though, at some point. Yeah, for sure. The restaurant said 65. You sure it wasn't 69?
69, dude.
Let's go. Got to keep it on brand. Got to keep it on brand. All right. Oh, fuck. So high. I packed a bowl, and I never smoked it. Packed a bowl last night, and I still didn't smoke it. So here we go. First bowl of the day. Let's do it. Marco, what up? He said, good morning to the past. What up? And Sam, I had to start Algier in a 14-man league. You know, I don't know off the top what actually happened with Algier. I didn't look. And we know Bijan kind of sucked, and we know it was all about passing. How good or bad did Algier do last night before me checking? And yeah, cheers. And Marty said, can we get the 69 emote back? You know what? You know what? We might have to, man. And, dude, I don't know. I wonder, did they delete it off of Twitch? But yeah, let's see if I can find it. Jay said cheers, and Moloney said cheers, and yeah, number one Superflex IDP life. Oh, yeah. Gonna get some good points over there for El Kirko. 6 carries for 11 yards. Okay. And Marco said, first time I didn't start Pitts, and he makes the most points so far for the season. Yeah, I'm sure that a lot of people didn't play him. And, you know, it sucks, dude. It really does. It really does. All right. Good start to the day. Let's go. All right. And shout out to all of our square winners last night. Sam said Laporta's been off. Laporta's been off to a slow start as well as it's worrying me. Well, yeah, for sure. But like, look at every single tight end. Like every tight end in the world is starting slow right now. So, you know, we could go crazy and say like, oh man, Laporta is like doing so horrible, but like every tight end is doing horrible. So if we're going to panic, if you're going to panic on every single tight end, you know, and then if that's the case, you got to remember, if you have one of the better ones, that you only need to panic so much. Imagine people that are like rocking Hunter Henry, like right now, you know, like, I mean, just like imagine the people that are actually streaming. Like they're stressing about picking a tight end, knowing that they're going to suck, and they're still wasting time and energy, spending on something that's just going to suck anyways. At least you don't have to spend the time and energy, for Laporta, and shit's going to turn around, man. Shit's going to turn around. And 51 for London. Yeah, London killed it. And what up, Watt? And he said worst tight end is the worst ever this season. 100%. 100%. Going into week 4, there was not one tight end that had 8 points in at least each game. That's like never happened before. Like even last year when we had shitty Travis Kelce for like the first 2 or 3 games while he was hurt, we still had guys like Laporta, handling biz. It's not like that this year. So this is why I really recommend getting rid of the tight end spot in your league, turning it into a tight end premium if you can. Give those shitty tight ends an extra, like tiny bit of boost. And yeah, it is tight ends just suck, man. They always have. And this year is like worse than ever. Worse than ever, for sure. What up, Watt? Marty said Hawkinson likely to come back 10-24 Thursday Night Football. Did they even open his practice window yet? I don't even know if they got him on the field yet for the opening the 21-day window. I said, if not, it'll be the week after. Okay. Yeah. See, and Emil said I'm streaming Tyler Conklin. And see, like, I'm just saying, like, I mean, anybody happy who's streaming tight ends right now? Like, I doubt it. So, like, the Kelce's of the world and the Laportas of the world and Kittles of the world, we just got to weather the storm, man. Okay, sweet. All right, perfect. I didn't know if they opened the 21-day window for him or not yet. Perfect. Savage Jeremy, what up, homie? Marco said, picked up Juwan Jennings. Hopefully he makes more points. There was nothing better available. I mean, see, that's how bad it is. And, like, if Taysom Hill isn't there, and they said Taysom's got fractured ribs, right? Or, wait, was it fractured ribs or bruised ribs? One of the two. It wasn't broken ribs, but it was something on the way to there. I doubt, who knows if he even plays this week. And if he doesn't, yeah, Juwan Jennings. Like, I mean, it could be way worse, people. You could be streaming Isaiah Likely. Way worse. And which Likely didn't score a ton of points in week 1. Yeah. Yeah, that kind of fucked it all up, man. Like, because people think that he's going to actually do good. And he hasn't been. And he hasn't been at all. Sam said, I'll be at the Pats-Dolphins game Sunday. Should be a shit show. Could be one of the lower scoring games on the week, but, should be fun nonetheless, right? Marco said a fractured rib, and doesn't fractured mean broken? No, there's a difference between fractured and broken. Fractured is like partially broken, right? Or partially torn. Well, no, not partially torn, be partially broken. If it was broken, he would just say he had broken ribs and he'd be out for like a handful of games, like no matter what. Yeah, you get broken ribs, a lot of times you go on IR for those 4 weeks. Yeah, slight break, exactly. And that's why he's probably not going to be playing this week. And I mean, I know they have the the little rib flap jackets or whatever, but I don't know. They're going to risk it with Taysom. I mean, their whole team is kind of like, I don't know, like with Kamara being hurt and all that. It's like they really needed Taysom last week. Pleasure in the red zone. He needed his ass. Yeah. Woo! Fuck. All right. That was a good one. And yeah, Savage Jeremy says, shout out to you for telling me to play Big Kirko over A Rich. Yeah, it's I didn't realize because I don't really go watch a bunch of other like content creators. And I'm not saying you are, but somebody like messaged me yesterday someone who she's super awesome, and she's been around since last year. And she was like, I'm so glad you told me to start Kirk Cousins in your start and sit video, because she was like, every other analyst out there has been saying to bench Kirk Cousins. That's crazy, man. Like, I don't even understand the why to just outright just bench him, but it's all these people who play in the single QB league, so they like literally think of it like that only. So many of us play in super flex leagues, you know. It's like that kind of that does affect our decision a little bit when it comes to single QBs, because like Kirk, man, we knew that this was going to be Kirk. It just took some time, dude. Just took some time. So he was the man last night. You damn right. You damn right he was. And Marco said, but didn't they say fractured fibula is when Pacheco got injured? Well, I mean, fibula is a lot different than ribs. Like, let's just say that. Like, there's, like, I mean, that, like, there could be a whole bunch of different fractured, you know, like bones and stuff in your body, and some are worse than others. Like the ribs, thing that sucks about the ribs, like there's no way to heal it. Like there's no way to heal the ribs. So like that's what sucks. It's like, man, maybe he misses a week or two, and then it's still not fully healed, but almost comes back, boom, gets cracked right in the ribs, and it's like the process is restarted. Sam said 4 or 5 on my parlay last night. All I needed was the Rashad White touchdown. Never came. Yeah. Hey, shout out to Stranger. What up, homie? Flappo said, had Mooney on my bench last night so I could play downs this weekend in my flex. Ooh, man, you should have came here, bro. I would have been like telling you that we're only playing downs if Flacco is out there, and we don't know if it's going to be Flacco or not. Ouch. Sorry, dude, because I told a lot of people to start Mooney last night. He's better than a lot of random flexes. Like last week he was, this week he was. Like he's better than a lot of random flexes right now. And Toker 1J interview with Carr and Dennis Allen opens the door for Adams going to New Orleans. If that happens, they'd have the highest ranked wide receiver trio in the league. I mean, Olave, Adams, and Shaheed. I mean, that'd be pretty fire. That'd be pretty fire. That means Olave would be like, you know, I mean, both guys would be like way more open than ever before. And yeah, Mooney has been on fire, man. He's even in his shit games, because he's had a couple shit games. He hasn't been like great every single game, but he just gets a lot of targets, man. Like these teams are keying in on London and Pitts like motherfucker. And like he is just the beneficiary of like nobody really caring about him just getting one-on-one matchups, or like them zoning half of the field, it looks like, and then him just finding the soft spots like in the zones. Right. And let's see. Marco said, learning something new on this channel every day. Like really thought fractured meant broken. I mean, partially broken, you know, like, so, I mean, different levels of broken, right? Partially broken. And Savage Jeremy need to help on waiver ads. If I could send RBs and wide receiver ads, yeah, I mean, that's why you got to be on 420crew.com. We got a group chat over there that you can send pictures and everything like that. Same thing with like Discord. Same thing. And that's the best spot, because yeah, like you can't post screenshots in any of these, you know, like live chats or whatever. Rush Lord, what up, homie? He said, Huss, what am I missing? Bijan went 12 for 61, 5.8 yards a carry. Does Bijan suck, or the coaches? The coaches, dude. And he said, what's up with alligator arms playing? Well, see, like he Algier has been good since before they drafted Bijan. Okay, like let's start there. Second, the schemes fucking suck right now in Atlanta, the way that they're scheming Bijan. Because look, I mean, almost every time Alligator Arms Algier gets the ball, it's like they're in a different look. Like they look like they're gonna pass it, and then it's like a random run, and then he has like 5 yards before anybody even like fucking touches him. Like when Bijan's on the field, I swear to God, like they are giving him such the fucking most predictable type of fucking running plays, and like it's dumb. Like I really don't get it. It's really dumb. They really need to get more creative with the play calling. Like that's for sure. Like, man, I mean, everything was super awesome with like the pass game like yesterday, but like that you could get fucking Bijan more involved in what he is. Mooney was unnoticed on the Bears. Well, I mean, and trash quarterbacks, and just like it's different when you have a quarterback that can go through 3 progressions. Like that's the difference. That's why Mooney's doing good right now. Justin Fields, for like, you're lucky if he's able to go through 2 progressions on the drop down because of that line. Like that, like now, like you see him, he doesn't go through progressions. He either goes for the first guy or he runs it. Like there's no waiting to try to go through progressions. And that's like the real big difference between like the way the Steelers are using Fields and the way that the Bears used Fields. Fields would be back there, a couple seconds, and bam, he's getting hit. Or like he's back there like a second and a half, and oh shit, here comes the edge rusher. I got to get the fuck out of here, and like there's like 0 time to go through progressions. Kirk goes through progressions a lot faster. Because they're not calling Mooney's number. Like they're not. A lot of these plays are not schemed up for him being like the number one, like the go-to option on the play. They're really not. It's just working out that way. Bang and Play on Twitch. What up? Should I trade Mike Evans and Devontae Adams for Devontae Adams after this week? I don't think so. Jay Cass said, "Mood, what up? What up?" Toker One said, "Carr and Adams have been talking. Plus, they and their families went on vacation." Yeah, I mean they've been friends since like college, so. Sharon said a fracture can either be a partial. Oh, a fracture can be a complete break of the bone. Okay, so just a wide range of outcomes when we're talking about fracture. There you go, Marco. Even more specific. Thank you, stranger. Savage Jeremy, Bijan Cook, Okay. Spears, Algier, Sermon, Leggett, Wandale, Dubs, Tucker. I mean, I'd be picking up Sermon and Wandale. Yeah. I mean, Wandale's someone I've been telling people to pick up for weeks and weeks and weeks now. And Toker 1J plus Adam's wife posted want to reunite with their family. And when I say family, they mean the cars. Okay. And Kelly, what up? Got to choose between Judy and Lazard. Who are you leaning? I think I'm going to go Judy versus Washington. Sam said Fields want to make plays with his feet, not his arms. Well, I mean, he's better at making plays with his feet than his arms. That's for sure. Okay, I said, glad I got your start and sit yesterday. You hit on Kirk and Mooney. Let's go. Restored, I feel that Bijan could be the next Henry. He's built like a rock and runs fast. Give him 20, give him 25, and see what happens. Yeah, and I think it's also one of those things is like, do we want to use up Bijan 1,000,000% in his first 2 years? Imagine Derrick Henry might not be in the NFL right now if his first 2 years he wasn't getting used more sparingly. I mean, it's crazy to think about. Like literally being a backup for those first 2 years, or I mean, he was a backup. We'll just call it what it is. He wasn't the starter. Yeah, man, that really fucking helped him. And Watt said, if you ask me, a fracture is worse than a clean break. Yeah, bad fractures can last last long. Because we heard some. I mean, if it's not fully broke, they'll like fully break it just to like fully fix it, right? Flappo said Fields or Purdy 4 point. I'm gonna say Fields on Sunday night. Nah, I'm gonna say Purdy. Sam said you seen the Austin how did I say it? Ginty kid on Boise State. I mean, yeah, I mean, I seen him in the games in the game, not in real life, but in the game, that dude's a fucking like he is he like if he's like anything that he is in the video game in real life, like he's a human video game. Going to be different though when you're not in college and you're not just like that much faster than everybody. That's going to be a difference. I'm Rusty. What up? New follower on Twitch. What up? Should I trade Monty and Shakira for Bijan? I'm going to have to replace Shakira with someone else. My receivers are Wilson, Debo, Shakir, Thomas, and Mooney. I probably would do that. I mean, Monty's like pretty good right now. So that's like that's like the tough part right now. Monty's doing like pretty solid. I mean, I'd probably say yeah, just to get Bijan. Seawolves, what up? Moss or DJ Moore? I'm going DJ. I want to score more. And oh shit, 11 touchdowns in the first 4 games, killing it. Almost 3 a game. That's pretty good. Well, no, that's not pretty good. That's fucking awesome for a fucking running back. Like amazing for a running back. Because I swear, like that's the shit that I do on the game. Like, just want to get like if we get inside the 5, we're pounding the rock. You know, we're getting our RB, and I'm playing with Miami. So I got it's the Martinez dude. And I swear he's got like 40 touchdowns like right now. And I'm like, I think we're 9 games in or 10 games in. So we're getting close to the first season being over. But yeah, he's got like 40 touchdowns or some shit. Trying to get him the Heisman. And John T. or Hunter for the Heisman. I mean, dude, Hunter's going to be making his case being a 2-way player for sure. Yeah, John T. for sure. I think Shakir's going to play and be okay this week. I think Shakir's kind of like not a dart throw weekly, but like we've seen so many different versions of this Bills team. And like more often than not, I think Shakir is going to be okay. And Seawolf start 2 out of Love, Stroud, Mahomes. I'm not sitting Love. We're playing them. Who do the Texans play again? They play the Bills, right? I'm going Love and Mahomes in this one. Tough. Savage Jammy. Kittle, I'll give you my ribs. See, talking about the ribs, man. Tight ends. That's I mean, but let's be real. If you guys were linebackers and you like had to hit a tight end, like where are you gonna hit him? You're gonna hit him high. You're gonna hit him right in the ribs or right in the legs, like just you're just searching for the center of the body. It's really just and Kittle, see, look at that. Like, look at the shit that he's dealing with. Crispy said Shakir out. I didn't know that. Let's see. I guess I don't have that much Shakira that I'm not paying attention. Let's see. Well, we'll find out today. It's not official, but we'll find out today. And I said, who plays in this spot? That's a very good question. That's a very good question. Let me go consult some let's go consult some snaps. Snap percentages and targets. So it's crazy. So Shakir's only been playing between 55 and 70% of the 70% of the snaps. You know what? There's no clear-cut answer. It's legit going to be a mix of Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Mr. MVS, and Curtis Samuel. So I would say without Shakira there, it's going to be a big just clusterfuck. So right now, Shakir's leading the team in targets, and the next closest peeps are Coleman and Mac Hollins. They actually both have 11 targets. And Mac Hollins had, you know what? I see it right here. Okay. Mac Hollins, that's going to be the guy. That's going to be the guy, Mac Hollins. And here's why I'm thinking that, okay? And this is if Shakir doesn't play. He didn't practice on the last 2 days. So let's see. But Mac Hollins, week 1, 2 targets. Week 2, 1 target. Week 3, 2 targets. Week 4, 6 targets. I mean, so I would say really just Coleman and Mac Hollins, I expect an uptick. That's what I'd say. Coleman and Mac Hollins, I would expect the uptick. Curtis Samuel, he'll probably be like third fiddle, like over there. They might get him a little bit more involved, especially in the red zone, but they haven't really been using him too much at all. So, yeah, you want to flex? It's either going to be Keon Coleman or Mac Hollins this week. And I'm almost leading on Hollins. But, yeah, there we go. And Mac, I know he blocks a lot, but he's on the field a lot as well. So it's like him and Coleman, even without, even just like removing Shakira, like Coleman, all except for week 3 was on the field more than Shakira. Marco said I had a spiral fracture in my fibula and shin bone. My leg is still sore and fucked up, even though the accident was almost 15 years ago. Marco Jewel, Pace, Herbig, Chin, Gonzalez, Curl, Wilkins start too. I mean, you got to come back for this for sure because I don't even know if Jewel is gonna play. I'll say Jewel. Damn, dude, you need different players, man. You need different players. It's all bad. It's all bad right here. I'll say Jewel and Curl. Tim said Mooney on my bench last night describes my season so far. Dude, who were the options that you were choosing from? Because I don't remember seeing you coming in here in the last like day or two. Did you watch my start sit video? It's probably like one of the best videos that you can watch every single week. I break down every single position, every single game, and I talk about pretty much every single fantasy relevant player. And in that video, I told people, start Mooney, start Kirko. Marco says, the linebacker, I'd always go for the nuts. Opponent is done after the first tackle. Dude, you're an ass. You're an asshole. Yeah. Yeah, Stranger said, Marco, you wouldn't want those receipts. Yeah, there would. I would assume. Accidents happen, but if someone intentionally was fucking going for the balls and you knew that, like, come on, man, that guy's going down. That guy's going down. All right, we got more squares being taken up right now. Okay. Toker 1J. Fant, Hunter Henry are likely. It's all bad. It's all bad. Probably Fant. Yeah, probably Fant. Yeah, he's the only one with the matchup where like the team's actually giving up like any kind of points to the tight end. Lots of scumbags play to hurt people and then have the entire other team trying to hurt them. Yeah, it's not a side that I'd want to be on. Not a side that I want to be on. Crispy said he's out. Did he get ruled out today already? Oh, okay. Yeah. 3 minutes ago. There we go. Mac Hollins. Let's go make some moves. Dang it. Now who to drop? This sucks. Oh, man, I can't even drop anybody here. Fucking got guys on the IR. Let's see. They'll not break the guy code when they're meant 300 pounds who can fall on me. Yeah. Kelly, Deontay, Kirk, Flowers got to pick 2. I'll leave Flowers on the bench. Savage, Jeremy, Keon Coleman, Legacy Gaming coming. I don't think so. He's probably going to be getting covered by Derek Stingley. So I'd pump the brakes on that. Marco, lots of players on by. I just need to fill a flex. Okay. All right. All right. Let's get these squares up real quick. And while we're doing that, let me get a song here.
Yo, what's up? Right now, this is Mac Miller with my homie Tree J. You know what I'm saying? It's 420, Pip Jar, baby. He's getting me fucked up, high as hell. Right now, so much weed in my lungs. I'm really high. It's like a fucking movie, except I can't see because I'm so high. Thank you, Tree J, for this bomb-ass weed you hooked me up with. Hook the people up with more weed. Blah, 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 blah.
Man, you kids got some other stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Sound like a weed anthem right here. And if you say I make too many weed songs, I say you don't smoke enough weed.
Bitch. Let's get high, get high, get high, get high, get high. Get high, get high, get high, get high. Seawolves, Murray or Darnold? Both played tough matchups this week. I know it's probably crazy to lean Kyler. Actually, nah, I'm just going to go Darnold. He's been doing way better with the touchdown passes, but there's just, I know that Kyler does good against the 49ers because the 49ers kryptonite is a rushing QB, and like they really know that. Like Kyler knows that. Every time he goes against the 49ers, he's always getting loose on the ground. So that's what makes me want to say Kyler. But I'll go the smart way and I'll say Darnold. Pawn Chop song. Marco said, most of my roster isn't bad, I would say, but 20 IDP players are too much to write down. Yeah, they are. And You know the ones who are startable or potentially startable. Yeah, don't give me all 20. We better knock me in next week.
Just trying to get jet skied. I'm born with ice, but no Gretzky. You trying to get high with me. Travel 30,000 feet into the sky with me.
High with me.
You feel like you gonna die with me. I got sour kush and
All kinds of weed. Yeah, Mixin probably is going to be out. Never ever sober up. Just smoke my drugs. So let's see. Might as well go update the injury ticker right now. Get high, get high. All right, actually, let's get another song while I am updating. Let's get another song while I'm updating the bottom ticker here. Let's see. All right. Stranger said fresh bowl time. Let's go. Who the fuck's Doobie? Why am I spacing? Like, who is Doobie? Who is Doobie? All right. Let's smoke it up for Nigel. Hooking the community up. Oh, Dubs. Okay. All right, hold on. Let's get another song on here. Yeah, I'm not even reading that out, bro. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear you predict injuries. That just, yeah. If you think you're a jinx, don't get in. Don't pick up anybody good. Don't jinx it for the rest of us. Neighbors out. Okay. Let me pull up the news. We got, I mean, it's, got the injuries coming. And see, for everyone who's like, oh, Neighbors will be good. Come on, man. Like, these guys make millions of dollars and they are smarter than they've ever been. That's what you got to remember. Guys right now are smarter than they've ever been. And Corey says, so Wandale's not a good play anymore. Yeah, see, it's like, there's two schools of thought here. Okay, let me tell you my two schools of thought. Okay, number one, if Neighbors is out there, he's the guy that defenses are keying in on. No matter what, he's the guy that defenses are keying in on. Now, you take him away. That means that teams are going to be keying in on Wandale Robinson and who the fuck is the other guy over there? I can't even think of the other guy over there. But that means they're going to be keying in on both of those guys. Who's the third man up over there? Slayton. I was thinking, yeah, Shepard is who I was thinking. I'm like, no, it's not fucking Shepard. Slayton, exactly. Thank you, Will. And no, neither of them are going to the moon. Toker1J, appreciate you, bro, with the super chat. You the motherfucking man. You the motherfucking man. And let me see. Have it, and I am pressing it, but if your volume is on low, you won't hear it. It's very low and very faint compared to what it used to be. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Still trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Shakir's out too. Yep. Yeah. So I'm working the soundboard still, and I'm still going through the motions, but yeah, it doesn't sound as good. And it's how it sounded for the last since 2021, since I got some of this equipment, and I couldn't figure out how. I didn't realize I needed another piece of equipment, and now that piece of equipment is fucking up, man. All right. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I did. Shout out to Nigel. Shout out to Toker1J. You guys are the shit. Thanks for supporting the show as always. It is much appreciated. Much appreciated, my brothers. And Corey with Shakir out. Coleman, a good player who benefits in this. Cook. Cook's probably going to get more targets in the pass game. I mean, outside of Coleman and Mac Hollins, Cook has the most targets on the team. I really think Mac Hollins is a sneaky flex play, and I feel like Coleman should have a decent game, but if he's being covered by Derek Stingley for a big percentage of that game, expect him to get like 0. That's one of the things that kind of sucks, is we don't know how Houston is going to deploy their cornerbacks, if like Derek Stingley, if he follows Coleman or not, or if like he literally just sticks to one side. It sucks. But I'm a little bit nervous about Coleman. I really am, because I know a bunch of people are just going to want to blindly start him, and I don't want to blindly start him, because if he gets Stingley for a big percentage of this game, it's going to suck for him. So wide range of outcomes. Will said Fields or Burrow, 4-point passing. I think I'm leaning Burrow in. I know it's going to be a tough matchup versus the Ravens, but let's see Burrow step it up. Last you see Ocho Cinco, James Harrington agreed to an MMA fight. No, but I want to watch. Kelly said Justice Hill, Javonte Jennings. Pick 2. I'll go the first two. We'll leave Jennings on the bench for now. Frizil, what up, homie? What's going down, bro? And Jay, I know this is another song that you've recommended. Preparing for Anthony Richardson would be like a million times different than preparing for a Joe Flacco. So it's like the longer they can keep that a secret, the tougher it's going to be for whoever they're playing to game plan. No, Crispy. Someone just said, Kittle, take my rib. Take mine. That's what was said about Kittle. And Frizil said they said JT likely misses time 3 hours ago. Man, I said it like 3 days ago when they said that he has a high ankle sprain. Dabo said Singletary will practice Friday. Okay. Yeah, Singletary sucks. And but somewhat decent-ish matchup. Working up to Mixon being ruled out. The fantasy gods don't want me to win. It's tough. Mixon still hasn't practiced. Elijah, what up? Pickens, Wilson, Hill, Addison, Brian Thomas Jr. Which 3 would you start? Addison, Hill, and Brian Thomas Jr. Pickens is going to be covered by Trey Diggs. Super Dave, yeah, he sucks, but he gets the work. Yeah, I know, but he's still a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now. And Seawolves, where do you think Adams will land, and is he worth a pickup? He's currently on waivers. Bro, he's currently on waivers? Yes, go pick him up ASAP. I don't know where he lands. I really don't know where he lands. Sermon or ETN? Need an ETN still. Marco said a long time ago I heard that song. It's a classic, dude. It's a classic. It's been in so many movies. And just waiting on the injury reports to see if I start Eckler or Bigsby in place of Mixon. Okay. And Elijah said Wilson overseas is a good start. Not really. Not really. Sucks. It sucks, man. Armed Apex said Mooney with the big game. You already know. You already know. He's not going to do that every game, but when in the Kincaid role, I guess. Brazil, if I don't win this week, I'm 1-4, currently 12th in points for and points against. Mixon and Bijan costing me. Might pull the plug. I mean, it sucks, dude. Like, that's why. I mean, I know this is your first year, and you said that had you, one thing you would have changed was getting into more leagues. This is why you want to play in more than a few leagues. I don't recommend going from like playing in one league to playing in like 20. Make a progressive build. Maybe you go from like 1 to 4 next year, 1 to 5, something like that. And then you go from 5 to 10. Once you can manage a couple teams, you can get to 10 or 15 pretty easily. And, if you have at least 30 minutes that you can kind of dedicate a day. And I feel like sometimes I don't even dedicate 30 minutes necessarily to actually being on the app and changing players in and out. And I have like 60 leagues, Quincy, need one flex. Tank, Braylon, Leggett. I mean, it's bad matchups for everybody here. I'll say Leggett. And then Ford or Moss. I'll go Ford. Super said I have an IR spot, so Rice is chilling there until the news clears. Yeah, I mean, redraft he's done though. Like, I mean, it's just I know people want it to be official, but he's done for the first 17 weeks of this football season for sure. Marco said drop Dortch or Douglas for Tolbert and Justin Watson. Both, yeah, both. Do it. Or you could just manage 1 to 2 and draft a bunch of best ball teams. We should definitely draft a bunch of best ball teams. I'm not saying don't do that, but I think I'd go crazy if I was only managing 2 teams. Because you catch a little bit of bad luck in one of those 2 leagues, and it's not like it's always fun, but it's it's way more fun when you're winning. And like if you just have a run of bad luck, that shit sucks. What up, Jeff? After I drop Pitts, he wants to do something. Welcome to the world of fantasy football. Yeah. And this is also why, I'm not trying to, pour salt in an open wound or anything, but this is why we just don't drop guys like that. Like, it really sucks, but like every tight end has sucked this year. It's just been different levels of who's sucking more. No Diddy. Restaurant said I went from 1 team to 3 team first team in life, and this year I'm comfy. I'm comfy with it. If that helps. Yeah. Like I know, like I've seen people like, completely go crazy and they go from like 1 team to like 100 or 75. And like, that's just not smart. That's just not smart. Like, you have to know how to manage all this first. Like even with everything I'm doing with like this fantasy football business and building up the leagues and stuff, it's like I've been commissioning leagues since 2007. Okay. And it wasn't until 2024 where I decided to like really, really go hard. With creating all the new dynasties and all that, and really like turning it into like a business. And but yeah, so it took me that long to be like that confident. And get ready, guys. So I'm looking for people who want to intern this year. So probably won't be getting any money, not this year, but I want people to intern and maybe commission a couple leagues. I would say, and it's co-commissioning, not like I'm still going to be there, but it's really just I want to see how this would work with people who would be down to get paid next year to commission like 50 leagues. leagues, because I think that's what I want to have next year is maybe like 3 people, I would say, who commission like 50 leagues apiece. And I'm still going to be there, but it's like, yeah, I want someone who would be taking over. And Johnny said, I'm down. All right. Hell yeah. I was hoping you were still here, Johnny. Yeah. So I'm going to figure it out, which probably want to make it like 10 leagues. And then like next year, and literally next year kind of starts in February, for our dynasty leagues. Like that's when like everything would like officially kick off. Johnny said, I heard you from the kitchen making breakfast and I ran back in. Nice. We'll talk about this probably today because I've already been thinking about this. I'd rather get a couple people like showing me now what they can do on I know 10 leagues isn't a small amount, but it's not like the couple things that need to be done in these leagues. 1, answering questions. Anybody has a question, you answer that question. Pretty plain and simple. Number 2, anything that comes up as far as like mistakes, whether it's like someone dropping a player, and this kind of falls under the question, like as well. It would, just someone, any kind of mistake drop or like anything that fucking happened, like that would be a thing as well. Taking care of that. One of the things that is like super important is like pushing through trades. But the most important thing in that whole equation is making sure that the league fees are paid for future leagues before the trade actually gets pushed through. That's like probably the biggest thing out of everything, because that's why a lot of these leagues dismantle. Not my league, I just mean leagues in general. People trading away the future and then just bouncing, and then nobody wants to take over because it sucks. And Marco said 50 leagues would be a little bit too much for me, besides the little problem of the time difference. Yeah. See, it would more than likely need to be, unless it's someone who is literally like up all the time, like me. I'm just like, I never sleep. Mac Hollins 29, 5 yards over. Yes, sir. Got you, bro. Rush Road, I have my main team I call Major League, and then a couple of experimental D teams, and the D teams have better records. That's because here's the thing. I said it before and I'll say it again. There's a couple things that you cannot control in this fantasy football world. You cannot control your schedule and how good teams do against you. You cannot control that unless you're like literally fucking with people and playing mind games and, doing that and making people fuck up on their starts and sit decisions. Like, then that's something different. But you can't control the amount of points that people put up on you, and you cannot control the injuries that come. So that shit sucks. Yeah. That's why you got to have more leagues, because I don't know why. Like the home league that I commission, the one that it's not even going this year. It went last year. I still only won that league one time from 2008. Or no, 2 times. I won in 2007. 2007 through 2023, but we missed a year in there. I only won twice. And like, dude, I could go down the list of fucking bad luck that prevented me from winning championships in like multiple years. One of them, I'll tell you, this was the worst one like ever. In the championship, 2 QB, like you got to start 2 QBs, and they benched Jay Cutler in week 16 only, like in the championship week, and that completely fucked me. And Will said, I'd be interested. Okay. It's all, I mean, first priority are going to be 420 crew members, like on Patreon. But, there could potentially be some open spots. But yeah, if anybody's like really serious about this, I would definitely recommend becoming a 420 crew Patreon member. Because people who are a part of the community, like over on Patreon, always get the first cracks at like anything dope. Sinus, what up? I got Scary Terry for Irving yesterday. Okay. And Dummy Man Pluto put Pitts and Mooney on the bench for Wicks and Kraft. Hopefully it doesn't cost me this week, but hopefully Pitts and Kirko connecting. Yeah, hopefully that just keeps going, right? Super having to make that line, having to make that blind decision. Waiver claims would be stressful. Yeah, it you know. Yeah. Let's say I want your feedback. Traded Wandale for Laporta. Trade Wandale, Laporta, Hunt for Kelsey and Brian Robinson. I mean, in a nutshell, those trades are like, you know, they're decent. I just, I mean, they're pretty even though. They're pretty even. See, we'll pick up Adams. I would need to drop DJ Moore. Still worth the pickup. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I mean, this week's kind of tough. So you can only have like four. Can only have 4 wide receivers. Is that what it is? I mean, that's why Adams isn't available, because like, or why Adams is available. I mean, because if you guys only have like a limit of like 4 wide receivers per team, I would see why someone would drop him when he's going to be out. I mean, they said he's going to be out probably this week and next week with this hamstring injury. And it's funny because he was like, I'm not lying about the injury. I really have a hamstring injury. Okay. This has nothing to do with me wanting a trade. So funny, man. And Quincy said someone dropped Bucky. Do I drop Ford for him or no? Is there anybody else that you can drop, or is Ford literally last man on your bench? Flappo, 2 flex, have PPR, Waddle Downs, Eckler, Sermon, ton on by. I mean, it's probably going to be Sermon and Eckler, but yeah, you're waiting for the news. Russ tried to look into the 420 crew sign up. I'd be interested in a team next year for sure. It's 420crew.com. 420crew.com. And Tucker and Jay stepped out for a minute. Y'all talking about being in on which part? Which part did you come in on? Tucker one. Which part you come in on? Corey said, how you liking Chase Brown this week? So it's kind of a love-hate thing that I have going for Chase Brown right now. And like this week, there's not really too much love. I mean, it's more like than love, but I do like him more than Moss. I just really feel like it's going to be more of a passing to the running back like type of game versus the Ravens, instead of like, you know, running between the tackles. Could have been talking about how I'm gonna be like next year. Well, so this year I asked if anybody who would potentially be interested in a paying job for next year, to help commission leagues. That's what I'm going to be doing. It's going to be 420 crew members are going to be getting the first cracks at it. And there's going to be a few different things that I will be needing, but mostly it's going to be co-commissioners and leagues. So it wouldn't be leagues that you were in. It would be leagues that you're not in at all. And it would be, you know, you would still be just the co-commissioner. And so I think that's what I was, I think that's potentially what I was talking about. And Corey said, when's the raffle? I would say in probably 2 weeks. Let me look. Let's look at the schedule. Because I'm waiting. I'm trying to get the reason why it's getting pushed back right now, the Wafers peeps, they're going to be sending me some swag that's going to be for giveaways. And then Hess, he's also trying to get some more stuff for the giveaways as well. Let's see. Yeah, potentially week 7. Yeah, probably week 7. All right. And Otten. Yeah. Oh, Marco. Yeah, why'd you put Otten in there, bro? I told you Otten was a good start over these guys. I mean, there's bad matchups here. I'll probably say Ertz. All right. One sec, guys. Okay. But yeah, who did I say? Yeah, probably Ertz. Just well, it's Ertz or Kraft. Probably leaning Ertz. Damn right, Johnny. He said the best feeling is winning the first Hustler League because you know it wasn't a fluke. You done good for sure. Definitely no fluky shit going on. Okay. And Rush Lord, what did he say? Missed it. Somewhere in there. But what up, JD's? Had the pleasure of going against Cousins last night, so that was fun. Yeah. Let's on to the next, man. Don't even dwell on it. You'll just screw yourself over mentally. Meach, do I ride out Dalton Schultz? I got Stroud, picked up Hawkinson for insurance later this year. I don't think so. Like, I mean, I don't think so. There's a lot of mouths to feed over there. Zaire, should I drop Keon Coleman for Tutu? Nah, not now. Not now that Shakir's not playing. Or should I pick up Jalen Tolbert? JD said, or Mark, oh, Marco's from the future, so maybe he means week 6. You know what? JD, fucking spot on right there, man. Spot on. Toker and J Adams out week 5. You think he'll get traded next week or miss 1 week with the new team? I mean, they said based on the tests that they ran on his hammy that there was a good chance that he's missing week 5 and week 6. That was kind of the way that they worded it. So I would say whether he gets traded or not, I wouldn't expect him to be playing week 5 or week 6. I would just mentally, kind of do that right now. Marco said in the alternate future, Ryan Leaf is the GOAT here. Brady is still playing for the Expos as a catcher. That's what's crazy, man. Like, could you imagine if Ryan Leaf was the guy who went to the fucking Patriots and was just there and was better than Tom Brady, like more talented than Tom Brady at the time? Because, like, do you remember what really fucked up Ryan Leaf? Like, does anybody, I mean, but I'm not, besides all the drugs and everything like that, but do you guys remember where his downfall started? It was when he couldn't handle himself talking to the media. It was like a really bad loss. And some reporter, I mean, I don't know if it was a woman and maybe that's why he went crazy. But yeah, they asked, I don't even remember exactly what the question was, but he got fucking heated. It was like roid rage. That was his downfall, like week 5 of his first season. So I said, I'd rather have Conklin than Schultz. Yeah, I would right now, too. Diggs getting all the short work for sure. Papa J, what up, bruh? And Will said so in regards to Devontae Adams' potential trade. I thought in the NFL you couldn't trade injured players. Well, like, I don't even know if that's true or not. I don't even know if that's true or not. Because, I mean, it's different if it's like, I don't know, someone with an ACL tear, like some shit like that. But we're talking about Adams being like, potentially could play next week, but they're just playing it safe with his hammy, saying it's going to be 2 weeks. So I don't know. I was still of the mindset that he doesn't get traded. I mean, that was my initial gut reaction. If you guys remember there, where do you think he lands? I think he doesn't get traded. That was my first initial thought. Yeah, they don't want to trade for injured players because then you have to pay them not playing. Yeah, definitely. Super Day. Okay, so I could probably flex Singletary. So should I drop Wright for Coleman as a stash? I would rather have Coleman than Wright. Yes, even though you do have A-Chain, I would still rather have Coleman than Wright. Yes, more value. They said also have Wright as a handcuff. I have Lamb. Yeah, I would do it. I mean, I know it's kind of tough mentally to drop the handcuff for A-Chain, but what if Coleman pops off? Like, we know Wright's not going to pop off unless A-Chain gets hurt. Like, if you have Coleman pop off, now you got Coleman and A-Chain. And then, you know, who knows what happens in the future? Maybe you get Wright back in the future. But nobody's really, I doubt, especially you're the A-Chain guy. Like, who else would be, like, clamoring to, like, get Wright right now, you know? Marco said the Chargers fucked him up for sure. Yeah, they did. Mostert likely back to, well, I mean, I know he's getting closer. I don't know. I don't know if he's likely back this week, but sooner or later he's going to be back and he's going to be taking a little bit of work. I mean, it's not going to be an insane amount of work that he's taking from him. A-Chain's just the guy. He's way better than Mostert, you know, like Mostert's old, man. He's too old. Zaire, start, sit, or drop Antonio Gibson, Tank Bigsby, Alvin Kamara. Well, if Kamara plays, you're playing them. And right now, Gibson would be the sit and Bigsby would be the drop. And see, I like that better than keep trade cut. Because yeah, one starter, one bench, and one bon voyage. What up, Theo? What up? I didn't shout you out. What up, my brother? It's going down. How's week 5 treating you so far? Bakes in the house. What up, bro? And Bakes, I know you'd be someone who would be potentially interested in this. I've already talked about, and I know that you've said for a potentially paying gig next year that you'd be interested. So I threw it out there today. I'm looking for people who want to like intern like this year, 420 crew members on Patreon who want to commission like 5 or 10 leagues. And it's really to get your feet wet with just the entire process and how everything's going to work. And then next year, looking for people who want to co-commish like 50 leagues and get paid. And that's probably the way that it's going to work. So it would be, 50 leagues. I know that's no small commitment. I could probably make it, could. I mean, that's just what I have in my head. Could probably make it 25 leagues or 20 leagues for people who want to do that. I mean, everything's percentage based on how people would be getting paid. But I feel like with the 50 that everybody will kind of like the number that I put together for like 50 for commissioning 50 leagues. So if interested and you guys are 420 crew Patreon members, hit me up. Let me know. Right. See, I commission leagues for free already. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's you know, now people can actually get paid for, you know, like that's the whole goal of what I'm trying to put together here, because I want this to grow. And I know that if it's only me doing this, there's no way that this grows into like, you know, the leagues part of all this, like into like this powerhouse where you have like 10,000 leagues, you know, like I want to have a team of like 50 people and let's have like 10,000 leagues, you know, and, you know, work up to like people actually getting paid like full time, you know, to do this. And that might be, we're probably a few years away from people getting like full-time money, but it's I want to work to make sure that people get work so people have the opportunity to get paid for sure, because that's what this is all about, man. Turn this into a business where, you know, the 420 crew can actually like all be making money from this. All right. And Simo, what up? He said, I'm interested. So I don't recognize your name, Simo. But get over to the 420crew.com. Like it's the people who are going to have the first cracks at all this. And like I said, there's not going to be any money in it this year. It's more about learning the processes. And then literally like February, that's when things would start. And people will have the option to get paid monthly. And then people will have the opportunity to, like, let's say you don't want to get paid monthly. You'd rather have like a huge chunk, you know, like everything come like in, because, you know, it's not game changing like money, but like for the people who are like, you know, I'll commish, I'll do this, but I don't want to get paid until the season's over. It'd be a nice chunk like around December time. Like, let me just tell you that. So, because all these leagues, like, yeah, I'd be paying people pretty much, I mean, you know, almost out of pocket, you know, because the money that we're getting from these leagues, it doesn't really come in until the end of the season. But yeah, either way, it is going to be fucking awesome. And Jay said, I'll intern this year, make some decisions on commissioner next year. Okay. Let me go mark all this down. And then you guys can tell me, we'll just talk. We'll talk. How about that? Because I already have a few different ideas, and even me talking right now, I'm already thinking of different ideas as well. Because I don't just want to make it to where someone has to commission 50 leagues or there's no opportunities at all. 50 leagues would be like the max that I'd want someone to do, actually. All right. Let's see, Johnny. Jay Peasy. Okay. Yeah, this will be good. All right, let me see. Waking and baking before work. There we go. It's the best thing to do. Stu said you could pay me in gummies. I like it. And JP said, so dope and exciting watching you grow from 3 years ago to now is awesome. See, that's crazy, man, because like it even seems longer than that, because I think, when did we meet? It was like the end of 2020, early 2021. So it would be awesome to get significantly more people playing the Hustler format leagues. Yeah, I mean, it's for sure going to happen. I mean, just by myself with zero help, like at all. Well, not zero help at all, because I know there's people who are promoting things and people telling their friends and all that. But without anybody, you know, just helping out of the kindness of their heart. How about that? With you know, people now actually getting paid to, I feel like, you know, people getting paid are going to make people promote things more, you know, and so that's why, like, I mean, I've always like everything that I've ever done in life, it's all about creating businesses and like helping, like putting people on, you know, and like, I wish before this that I was making enough money to where I could like pay people, you know, for like doing like little bits of everything. But, you know, shit takes time, man. This is going into year 5. And like, I don't know how many content creators, you know, within the first couple years, I mean, unless they went like crazy viral or something, you know, that started building like a paid team, and this isn't even going to have to do with content. Like, it's all the leagues. And Lipson, since Shakir is out, does that mean Kincaid will eat up all the yards? No, it doesn't, but I would suspect a little bit of an uptick. But the Texans, they're kind of tough against the tight ends. And Super Dave, I think I'd prefer monthly payments. Most people probably will. And Bake says, Sweet pretty much commission some leagues and pay off the other fees as well. Yeah, I mean, depending on how many leagues you pay in, if you play in 50 leagues, this will probably pay for all of your leagues and then some. I could almost guarantee it. Actually, I can't almost guarantee it because I know there's some savages out there. Theo says it's a really cool idea. Definitely interested in getting involved if possible. For sure, dude. I can't remember if you're on Patreon or not, but anybody who wants to get involved, like Patreon is the way that everything is starting. And so that's 420crew.com. You can join for free over there, but whoever is a paid member is going to get the first cracks like at this. People who've been around the community for a little bit longer than others, but my whole goal is if there's 10 people that want to intern and we potentially have 10 people, who are commissioning leagues next year, like, yeah, it is going to be that's a possibility for sure. There's already hundreds of leagues, like, or over 100 leagues, like my goal next year. And now with a tiny bit of help, we should be able to like quadruple that. Tucker One Jet will be a good supplement to my fixed income. I'm allowed to make $27 million a year without having to pay taxes. Okay. And Rush Lord, don't wait until the summer, bro. The leagues that I'm starting next are during the NFL playoffs. So trust me, this is a 24, a 12-month a year thing that we're doing here. Zaire said, if Geno and Darnold go off, I'm good because my opponent has Lamar and Brock Purdy. There we go. Waking and baking, making that dough. Let's get it. Papa J said, Dirty Birds are back. Those unis were fire. Hell yeah. And JP said, no, it's early, but I'm so glad. So mad I missed the Vegas trips. Well, there was no Vegas trip this year. It was last year. But yeah, I mean, that is the goal. And I feel like, people are making money, from like doing this. Like, that's just another thing that makes it easier for people to be able to like do cool shit like that, right? Just more money coming in means just, that money can be used for other things. CB did. Evans ended with 23 points, by the way. Hey, he did. And CB Dizzle, you hear me say in all my start sits that Evans always could go for 2 touchdowns. Like, he's literally done it his entire career. You got to make the gut decision sometimes, dude. It's tough, man. It's tough. Trust me. Because Evans, what did he have? Well, I guess he had a decent game last week, but AJ Terrell always shuts him down. And they didn't have AJ Terrell on him for a big portion of the game. So Falcons went away from their normal game plan of how they game plan for Mike Evans. This is years of history against them. And, it sucks, dude. It sucks, man. And Russ said for 2025. Well, it's going to be the NFL playoffs that are going to be like January of 2025 for the NFL playoffs. And then literally dynasty leagues are starting right after the Super Bowl. Right after. Immediately. And Crispy said, what's required? Time. That's pretty much it. Got to be able, as long as you have access to Sleeper, like that's really it. Time and having access to Sleeper, and then following the couple guidelines that I'm going to be making for the commissioners. You would not be commissioning any league that you play in. That's one thing. Like, no matter what, you will not be commissioning any league that you actually play in. The rest, I'd love to have a team and help out where needed. Hell yeah, man. Theo Evans, 20 points is really good, but kind of depressing after he had 19 at the half. Right? I mean, the second half adjustments were real in that game. It's like it's because they put AJ Terrell on him like more, and like because you saw it those first couple touchdowns. I mean, maybe the first one, maybe AJ Terrell was on, that was just like a good play. But the second one, he was like wide open. He was wide open. And Frank said, you like McBride or Kraft this week? Both have really bad matchups, Frank, but I'm rocking McBride for the upside. And Giants said, love them early startups with the kicker placeholders. Yes, sir. And this year, see now with if we get getting the commissioner help, now we could do it the way that I've always wanted to do it, and do the what's it called? The Derby draft. And CB Dizzle said, let me get in the league, bro. Just hit me up, man. 420crew.com. The next leagues that I'm going to be starting are going to be for the NFL playoffs. There's going to be $33 buy-in options and $55 buy-in options. And when everybody else is quitting fantasy football for the year, I'm keeping the party going pretty much all the way through the Super Bowl. And then we have a 2-week break, and then we start doing dynasty drafts. It's going to be fucking fun, man. Fucking fun. Marco dropped Bigsby for Akers or Allen. I don't know. I almost just want to hold. I mean, unless you think Akers is going to ball the fuck out versus the Bills. Like, man, like he's Derrick Henry or something. And John said, sup us, Rico Dowdle or Chase. I'm going to go Chase. Marco said Derby draft. What's that? Oh, good question, Aquato. So we always do the 100-yard dash for the for the order, and Derby draft is I'm trying to think of the easy way to say this, but pretty much you get to draft your draft pick spot. And it's because there's a third round reversal. Some people like the 12th spot. Some people would rather have the first spot. Some people would rather have the 6th spot. Like everybody's different, but it's like you get to pick the spot that you draft out of in the Derby drafts. Yeah. And seeing like last year, there was so many leagues starting at a time that it was like, I knew it would have been too hard. So I just didn't do it. But like this year, I want to get to doing that because that is the best way to do that, is the Derby draft, the most fun way, because then people get to choose their fate, you know. I mean, unless you're the last person or unless you have one of the last couple picks. And Lipsy, Bowers or Kincaid this week? I'm thinking Bowers. I want a second person's opinion. I mean, I want Bowers also. It's I mean, it kind of sucks like either way, like for him right now with no Adams, because teams have been able to like key in on him like crazy. But the Broncos, kind of one of the only ways that they've like one of the only positions they've even been giving up any points to is the tight end. So all right. John, Gino or Richardson? I'm going Gino. I really don't want to start Richardson. Like, he hasn't been good outside of the first game. It's like he caught everybody by surprise. And I know I'm not going to say he hasn't been good, but there's been a lot of ups and downs with him ever since that first game. How about that? Is that a more fair way to kind of like describe him? Like wide range of outcomes. And Will said pick 2 in PPR, Sermon, Najee, Hunt. I want Najee because of that matchup, and I think I'm leaning Hunt. Sarasota drop Higgins for Pittman. Nah. I mean, only if it's going to be Joe Flacco. We don't know yet if it's going to be Flacco or not. Marco said, I think you did that for the offense only dynasty last year too. I remember I could choose my draft spot. Yeah, that was for the 420 crew one. That was for the 420 crew version of that. Said Gino leading the league in passing. Like passing yards. Is he right now? All right. Let's do it. All right. Yeah, I'm super excited though. I'm already like thinking about next year with like the way that a lot of this stuff's going to be happening. It's only week 5, but it's like since we do this like 12 months out of the year, like I'm already thinking about next year as well. Tucker One Jam calling him Richie Rich to bitch. Richardson, that is. I said Daniel should have been the first overall taken in the draft. No one listened. But see, the thing is like Daniels wouldn't be looking this good on the Bears. You know why? Bears fucking suck, dude. Their line is garbage. I know Washington's line isn't like that great, but yeah, it's systems, man, like systems. Could you imagine like if Tom Brady was in any other system besides the Patriots? He might never have been a starter in the NFL. Might never have been a starter in the NFL. And Rusty, what up, homie? What's going down, bro? What have you guys done in Vegas so far, dude? Or like, when did you guys get here? I really want Lad, but I'm going to have to wait till next week. Yeah, and I wouldn't really want to, go pick up Lad right now. What up, Ed? So what up, homie? Need 4. Zay Flowers, JSN, Deontay Johnson, Tyreek Hill, Debo, Shaheed, Ford. I'm taking Flowers out of there. Play JSN, play Deontay Johnson, play Debo. I'll go Shaheed over Tyreek. I'll take a dart throw. And Rusty said, last night, man, just getting started. There we go. There we go. Fucking killing it on the weekend. Let's get it. And Giants said that Brady shit is legit. He said, I don't think he sees the field as much in any other situation. Yeah, I mean, it's because he can't, like, just like Tony Romo. Just like Tony Romo. If they don't come in due to injury at the exact time that they do with the exact team that they have. Arian Foster, he's another one. Like, dude, Arian Foster would have been nothing in the NFL if he didn't go to the Texans. And it's because the Texans, their running backs were so fucking shitty. Like in the year when he that he got drafted, they were so fucking shitty. Like, I mean, we're talking like Fumble Rooski to like the 20th power. I can't even remember who it is. And they brought him in for like week 16 or 15 or like some shit like that. And like he got like 100 yards. And like, so then they gave him the start again. And it was just literally to try him out because their running backs were so bad. And then he comes in the next game, he gets like 80 yards and 2 touchdowns. And like, that was it. And they're like, all right, fuck it. This kid's our starter next year. And like, but he could have been on any of the other 31 teams because he was on their practice squad for like year 1. Like he wasn't even on their active roster. And so it's insane how little tiny things can make a total difference on like any player becoming a thing. Rush Lord, let's get it. Let's smoke it up. Thanks for the super chat, my man. And we gotta go. I totally forgot. We gotta get I gotta get you guys marked down. You and Toker1J getting you guys marked down for these extra entries. Dude, who's been keeping up with Power, with the Power book 2, the Tariq one? Let's get it. No spoilers if you've already watched it today. It might be on the HBO app, but I can watch it after midnight Eastern time. And yeah, I cannot wait to fucking watch. Marcus, imagine if Purdy would have got drafted by the Chiefs, he would definitely not be a starter, right? Like he'd be nothing. He'd be nothing. Even if he was drafted in the 7th round, like he'd be nothing. But he got drafted to a team that like really fucked up at their QB situation. And then injuries like happened. And now he's here. It's fucking insane, man. It's insane how things work. Crispy said, let me know when you need me to help. So I want to get people like co-commissioning 5 to 10 leagues like this year as like an intern. And then next year we'll figure out somewhere between 10 and 50 leagues that someone would be commissioning and getting paid. And then let's say 10 to 60 leagues because there's going to be different levels. I know of people. But yeah, I know I'm going to need a few. And obviously the more leagues you commission, the more money you make. But the more leagues you commission, the more commitment, you know, you're making time-wise. But I'll mark you down, Crispy, and I'll reach out to you. And Will said Foster was undrafted. Yeah, you know why? It's funny. He even said he got called by the Dolphins. And when they were like in round 6 or round 7, something like that. And he said he just kind of acted like a bitch on the phone. And he was like, man, whatever. Like, and then they didn't even draft him. And so even him acting like a bitch on the phone and then not getting drafted actually helped him as well. Because it was a team that knew that they needed running backs like badly. And I said, came in week 15. That's what it was. Yep. Picked him up. He was my rookie keeper for the next year. There we go. I went to high school with Arian Foster. Mission Bay, San Diego. And CB Dizzle, should I trade Brees for Kyran? Nah, I would hold. Bake said, so you're saying Brock Purdy is the next Tom Brady? No. Because if that was the case, that means Tony Romo would have been the next Tom Brady as well. Let's get it. Frank struggling at the something. Hey, Bob Nix in the house. Bo Nix's dad. What up, bro? Same with Kirk O'Bangs. Yeah, dude. Like, imagine if he didn't go to Washington. Like, they needed him after RG3 got hurt. And, like, he did good enough to, like, you know, like, get franchise tagged twice by Washington because they didn't want to give him up. And then he goes to Minnesota and, like, they don't want to pay him like at all ever. But then he got that 100% guaranteed contract for the 3 years. And that was like crazy. And Rush Short said Trey Lance, he's been piling up fantasy points. Wait. And Chris said, I pretty much have notifications, everything on anyways. Giant said Arian Foster threw a temper tantrum at the Champs versus Stars. That shit was hilarious. Yeah, it's because he's a chump, dude. And what up, George? He said, should I trade Mason for Bijan? If you could get Bijan for Mason, I mean, I would do that. Even though that Mason's kind of been doing better, I feel like I would still want Bijan, right? Frank said, struggling at the flex. Got Lazard, Brown, and Waddle. I'd probably go Lazard. The reason why is because Aaron Rodgers I think he's very frustrated with the wide receiver play for the Jets, because you see, like, there's like multiple times where, like, after a play, he's like holding his head. He's like, why aren't you like right here? Like, I need you here at this time, you know, and like guys just aren't on the same page with him. And I feel like that's making him lean on Lazard a little bit. And if Garrett Wilson's covered by Byron Murphy Jr. for like a big portion of this game, that means that Lazard is not covered by one of the best cornerbacks in the entire league. And so that's another reason I like him. Went to the same high school as Justin Gatlin. Let's go. I don't know who that is, but let's fucking go. Zaire said, if Dylan Raiola was in the NFL next year, I'm taking him. Okay, who's that? I don't follow college like that. Will said Arian Foster, future Oscar winner. He's a horrible actor, man. You guys have seen Draft Day. A horrible actor. Stu said, trying to make trades, but I need to shed two. Shakir, Javonte, Kareem, and Rico. I mean, Shakir is out this week. You can't put him on the IR. I mean, Rico, that's who I'd say to drop. That's the one. The other decision isn't easy, though. Because it's like, Shakir can't play this week, but I like him more than everybody that you have here, like for the season. I like Javonte's matchup more than Hunt. That's who, Kareem Hunt, right? That's who you're talking about. So, yeah, I guess Hunt and Rico would be the two. Zaire, he's Patrick Mahomes' cousin. Okay. Yeah, it sucks too. Marco was an Olympic athlete for the U.S. and he got caught for doping. Oh man, dude, you shooting up. Damn it, dude. Olympic athlete. What was his? What was his event? Yeah, there we go. That's what I was trying to think. What events did he partake in? And shout out to Zaire, who's on a 10-stream streak on Twitch. You the man, Zaire. Because we need more people on Twitch, you know. And I'm glad that you're like holding it down on Twitch now. You the man. 100-meter dash. Okay. I don't know. What is it about these sprinters, man, wanting to dope up? It's gotta be faster, man. Just go out there and run faster. Just wear PF flyers, man. Yeah, see, even oh shit, he won it in 2004. Nice. That was the year I graduated high school. So I definitely wasn't paying attention to the Olympics that year. All right. Theo said start one. Sermon, Adunze, Charbonnet. If Sermon, who would you drop between Charbonnet and Adunze? Oh man. Ooh, that's tough. And who else do you have on your bench? It's literally those two guys are the last guys on your bench. Because I feel like I would just rather have Charbonnet than Sermon. And who would I start this week though? Yeah, like fuck starting Sermon like over those guys. I mean, I know it's the Jaguars and it's like a really good matchup, but Colts also don't do good when they go to Jacksonville. Adunze's got the Panthers and Charbonnet's got the Giants. Yeah, I think I would just play Charbonnet. Yeah. Marco said the same year the U.S. team didn't win the gold in basketball, only the bronze. Oh, so that was like one of LeBron's years. Theo, Pacheco, Monra have 2 tight ends with Ertz and Ingram. Get rid of one of those tight ends, bro. Get rid of one of the tight ends. They all suck anyways. That's like you just should really not roster 2 tight ends unless because one's on the bye and you have to play the other one. Armed Apex said figures LeBron's year. Will said Bowers or Ferguson. Man, I'm going Fergie, bro. I'm going Fergie. And Rush wrote that Ben Johnson win 1988 was incredible. They say that was the best lineup in a race ever. Okay. Will, what up? Josh Downs or Leggett? I'm only playing Josh Downs if it's Flacco. So if it's Flacco, I'll go Downs. But if it's Richardson, I'm going Leggett. Both guys have, well, I mean, Downs' matchup isn't that bad, but it's the quarterback play. Leggett does have a tough matchup. What up, Pate? Pick 2 to start this week. 2-2, Kareem Hunt, Najee, Juju. I'll go Najee. I got to play the matchup. Cowboys suck against the run. Who would the second guy be, though? Yeah, I don't want to go Juju. No, I like the upside, but I think that I would go 2-2. I think I'm going Najee and 2-2. Theo said Richardson practicing pads today. Okay. Yeah, let me pull this up. Ooh, Josie Jewell and Shaq Thompson are out. Let me go change this real quick. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't put Shaq Thompson on fucking IR yet. Austin Eckler playing on Sunday. Let's get Eckler removed from the injury report. Let's go. Maybe I never put him on here. Yep, Austin Eckler cleared. Hendrickson's playing. Trey McBride, good to go. That's all the news that came in the last hour. So we'll just take Hendrickson off there altogether. Crispy said, just sit Richardson. He's a bum.
He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
Zaire said, so I'm going to have to drop McNichols. Well, I guess just Brian Robinson's probably, I don't know if he's in, because I think they said he got in a limited today. So if Brian Robinson doesn't play, McNichols still could be in the mix. But yeah, Eckler's playing, we like McNichols way less. Russell, no one should be excited for Richardson practicing in pads. He's a bum.
He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
And Giant said Josie too. Said, dang, maybe Swift is playable again this week. They're missing both their interior linebackers. Let me see who would be next man up for them. Sure. That's going to be a bunch of motherfuckers I've never heard of before that are going to be playing linebacker for them. Swift, I mean, we like him a little bit more because of that, for sure. For sure. Literally going to be some no-namers out there playing linebacker for them. So I think it's the second guy, DJ Johnson. I don't think so. DJ Johnson's a defensive end. Trayvon Wallace, Claudine Sherilis, and then maybe John Raddington. Maybe he might come in and get some snaps. But yeah, it's gonna be a whole bunch of motherfuckers that we don't know who the fuck they are. Anybody wants to do research on them, their names once again: Trayvon Wallace and Claudine Sherilis. And Frank said Love or Burrow this week. Ooh, I'm just gonna go Love. Fuck it. What up, Eric? Should I drop Ertz for Komet or Juwanna Man? Probably not. Probably not. Crooner said trade leave for Marvin Harrison Jr. Like someone sent that to you and you can accept it and you can get Marvin Harrison Jr. If that's the case, yeah, do it. Will Mason, Kyran, A-Chain, Hall have to sit one? Who he's sitting? Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of tough, man. Because everybody has kind of bad matchups amongst all these guys. I'll sit A-Chain. Tell me, mark that down because I'm curious if I end up getting that right or not. Yeah, Rushford said trade away Kamara for Richardson. Before I started watching the show, I still feel like a knife is plunged through my chest. Well, we can't go backwards. All we can do is go forward. And Giants said all I know is Trayvon Wallace. He was a rookie year, and he was getting love in the preseason. Okay, well, that's more than I know about him. So, but then they brought over. He was getting so much love that they brought over Josie Jewell this year to make sure that he didn't fucking get to start. But now here he is in week 5, about to come in and get the start. Yeah, I guess Chandler Wooten could be another guy, but yeah, that Claudine dude, I swear that he played this week. And Zaire Brian Robinson most likely out playing this week. Yeah, if he doesn't practice today, he's not going to play. Oh, you know what? I totally missed the second half of this. Hold on, you guys ready for this? So it's Dan Quinn. He said Austin Eckler has cleared concussion protocol and he's good to go for Sunday. He added that Brian Robinson is trending in the right direction, but he's a game time decision. They play the 10 o'clock game though, so we're good. So yeah, game time decision for good old B-Rob the Mob. Yiga babe. You can catch a bullet in your goose. Bob said I played Cousins, Evans, and London last night. Yeah, that's rough. Said in my league, the 3 scored 151 combined points. I don't even have a defense playing this week, but still likely going to win by over 50 points. Okay. There we go, man. Let's do it. Derek in the house. Salute my brother. Frank in the house. What up? And Frank, check out the new emojis that are in there. We got 2 new ones. I got to work on adding more. But we got 2 new ones in there. There we go. And Bob said, thanks for the cousin's advice. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, that's fucking killer, dude. You know, killer start. Killer start. For all we know, Cousins may be the QB1 like on the week. So yeah, we got a lot of tough games out there. But yeah, it's a good start, man. Wandale, Bowers, Tolbert sit 1. Tolbert. All right, we've been rocking for over 2 hours, peeps. Over 2 hours. Killing it. Killing it right now. Let's keep smoking it up. And Bake said, can you get an emoji with the coach from the water boy holding his playbook all regretful? That's how let me mark this down. Let me mark this down, the one where he's so which part are you talking about? Take the picture. Take a screenshot for me, Bakes, from that. And you know what? I'm not gonna write it down. Take a screenshot and like send it to me, and I'll find it, and I'll try to take a, we'll try to get that on there. That's how I feel to start Cousins. Oh man, yeah, it sucks. I wish the NFL would just be honest. Taylor's obviously out, but I can't put him on IR until it's official. Yeah, especially when they said that he has a high ankle sprain, and like you have a high ankle sprain, like the fastest we ever saw someone come back was like 3 weeks, and that was Barkley. And the Armed Apex said, you ever need executive protection, let me know. I got you. You know what? One day we might. One day we might. I hope so. And crooners, Kamara or Cook? Ooh, Cook. Jay Cast, I'm reading the 49ers going to have a good game, but I'm still on the fence about starting Brandon Ayuk. I would be on the fence about starting him too. I really would be. He's not been handling biz for like someone who's a $120 million man. And Russell, thank you. All right, let's change this. Let's get Deontay. Thank you, sir. All right. Yeah, if anybody else sees anything that needs to be changed on the bottom ticker, let me know. Let me know. Uh-oh, what Toker 1J? What song did Toker 1J throw down? Hold up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Tried to add YouTube to the screen here. It's freaking out a little bit right now. Everything's like look frozen on my end, but I still see that. All right, there we go. Now it's working good. But I have YouTube up on my TV so I could see that I wasn't frozen there. So Gucci. Okay. All right, guys. Time to get up out of here. Before we do, we're going to shout out the producers of the show. You guys are the bee's knees. All of our 420 crew Patreon members, our ultimate priority member, Mr. Justin Pickle in a Jar, our all access members, our elite members, our superstar members, our 420 ride or die crew members. Appreciate the hell out of you guys. And Restaurant said Tomas is for real. Let's see if, I mean, we already knew he wasn't going to play, but yeah, there we go. It's official. Quiddy Pay, Jonathan Taylor, Kenny Moore, all out this week. There you go. It's official. So hopefully Sleeper catches up soon and we can throw him on the IR. Well, let's go. All right. See you guys a little bit later today. I'm not sure if we're doing wafers at 4 o'clock or not. But either way, we'll be here for some kind of a night show. And yeah, we'll see you guys a little later. Peace out, everybody.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
Here comes the, 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 here comes the. Y'all don't really want me now.